Hello, everyone. Welcome into another day of post-show headlines. And I'm with Haley Taylor Simon today as John continues to enjoy himself in the Caribbean. He'll be back on Monday. Looking forward to it. John and I obviously do this after every single show. We talk about some topics that we don't get into on the air or didn't get a chance to get into on the air. Obviously, we're Eagles. So sometimes we don't get into the Flyers, and today's trade deadline day, so good thing I got a Haley here. So Haley, thank you for coming in today. I appreciate it. 5 topics, 2 minutes each, and then I get the hell out of here. It's a Friday. So before I even get to the Flyers with you, you were at the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Just tell them, like, that's freaking amazing. Like, honestly, I did Radio Row time of my life. I wanted to come back home because I wanted to be with friends. I wanted to be with family. But you were with your family at the Super Bowl. Like, that's got to be one of the coolest experiences of your life.
I still can't even process it. It was crazy. So I was producing on the weekend, D-Line. After the show, I get a call from my dad. Hey, Hale, how would you like to talk about your experience at Super Bowl 59? And I thought he was lying because oh, wait, this is not happening. So we flew out. I went down, and it was the best day of my life. That's to this day. When I got home, I got an Eagles tattoo.
Yep.
Because I had it, like, commemorated on my body.
Yeah, you were there.
You know? Took some confetti from the field.
That's
I asked
cool.
security. Very cool. So
what was the day leading up to it? Like, obviously, when I do pregame, so that's 4 hours. I was covered. I was fine. You were on Bourbon Street, but you also probably didn't want to get too blitzed because you want to enjoy the freaking Super Bowl of your teams. Like, what was the day of Haley Taylor Simon leading up till kickoff?
A lot of alcohol. I'm not going to lie. I woke up, I drank. It's kind of like this song by Kendrick Lamar, but I had to drink. And then I called in with John Kincade. I was sober then.
Yes.
But I called into the radio, which was really cool. But it was a lot of alcohol, not a lot of food. And then...
Did you remember the game?
No, I did. Dylan shaking his head. No, I had to drink. I was so nervous, Andrew.
I had to drink. Haley, that is...
This was going to either be the best day of my life or the worst day of my life.
Question 2, are you okay?
Yeah.
I had to drink. I'm joking. That's not question 2, but we might have to talk off the air. All right, question 2. You cover the Flyers.
Yep.
And you do a great job doing it. Today is deadline day. So what are some things that you are expecting? Obviously, people might watch this after the deadline happens. So what do you believe is and will continue to be the plan for the Philadelphia Flyers before and then even after the deadline at 3 o'clock today?
That's a good question. So number 1 with the Philadelphia Flyers right now, a big name that's circulating is Scott Laughton. So they might move him. Again, Rasmus Ristolainen. It looks like he is out right now. The team wanted too much for him. They wanted a first-round pick, a player, and a prospect, which, again, maybe a first-round pick and not the other 2 things, but all 3 together just doesn't seem like it's going to be a fit.
Okay.
And then lastly, a name that's circulating now is Igor Zamola. He's a defenseman Russian too, just like Matvei Michkov. However, he hasn't had the best season, so I'm not sure if teams will be that interested in him. But this team, even if they stand pat, they don't do anything, they will be fine. This offseason, they can deal guys.
Well...
It's not going to hurt the team if they don't do anything at the deadline. You can get maybe more value for a player if you wait for the offseason.
Okay, but I can then spin this on you and say Lotz is actually a professional hockey player and could win you an extra couple games here and there, and you don't want that.
No. But
so if you could trade him, obviously if you can get a first-round pick in the offseason, then you wait till the offseason. I understand that. But, you know, if it's one marginal little difference, why wouldn't you just do it now so that you could probably also unload some of your players so that you can continue to lose and get a good draft pick?
With no disrespect towards Scott Laughton, he's been on the 4th line for majority of this season. He hasn't been playing the best game. And even last night after the game, he said that the deadline has been on his mind. And that's
of course it has, yeah.
But also Brock Nelson, he just got dealt from the Islanders to the Avalanche, and he played phenomenal when he was still at the Islanders leading up to the deadline. You can't make excuses, and that's his issue.
Okay. All right. Question number 3. Again, in case people don't know, this is Haley Taylor Simon. She runs our YouTube feed on Kincade and Salciunas and does a lot of stuff for our social pages, you know, Instagram and Twitter, you name it. So follow. I also want people to get to know you here a little bit because you're not always on the radio. You do a great job on the weekends. You produce D-Line and Kevin Cooney, which sometimes they get in arguments that you get to be a part of. It's a lot of fun. You found a new obsession with wrestling.
I did.
Why? How? when, like, I liked wrestling when I was 12. Respectfully, I know there's people that are adults and like wrestling, but I don't know how you get into it now. Like, I get somebody that is my age that still likes wrestling. You have been liking wrestling since you were a child. I understand that. I don't know how somebody just all of a sudden gets into wrestling. So explain, please.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Essentially what happened was I was doing a show with Kevin and D-Line and producing them, and it was WrestleMania weekend. And Kevin's talking about wrestling, and I'm like, this is so stupid. I was talking bad on wrestling a year ago today. However, I went home, and I was like, ooh, this is kind of cool. I saw some highlights. But then it was the love of my life. I'm going to get so much hate for this. Dominic Mysterio. Every single person is like disgusted by my infatuation with him, but I love him. And then I got into, the whole Dominic.
Hold on a second. Not everybody's disgusted by your love for him. There are a lot of people that don't know who the hell you're talking about.
That's even better. Don't look it up.
I asked you if that was Rey Mysterio. You told me that was his son.
Yeah.
That's how out of the wrestling game that I am, that I don't even know who that is.
That's good.
But I just don't know how. So
I just got into it. So then I began watching Liv and Dom, and then Rhea Ripley, and then Becky Lynch, and then I went back to the Bloodline, and Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, everything. And I became infatuated, like the Wyatt Six. Like, I could talk about wrestling all bleeping day.
Well, thank God we only had 2 minutes.
Thank God.
When are you going? I know you're going soon.
Tonight.
Oh, have fun.
Yeah, I'm going into the Club Box. So
enjoy yourself.
very excited.
You said something completely wrong and stupid the other day.
When don't I?
Dylan, as my witness that will be in the room here, will also understand how dumb and stupid this is. Haley said, and I'm kind of paraphrasing here, that cats show more affection than dogs.
Yep.
That's question 4.
Oh.
Why would you say something so ridiculous like that?
Because it's factual. You saw the picture I showed you today. My cat, Stella Gray, is beautiful, by the way. She cuddles with me. We sleep on the same pillow. I sound like a crazy cat person right now. I'm totally outing myself.
Okay, but you're talking about your cat.
Right. But
not all cats. Like,
my friend Brianna.
Dogs show more affection than cats.
No.
I have both. I have a dog. I have a cat. My cat loves me when I come home because it's feeding time. My cat loves me when I wake up because it's feeding time. Other than that, my cat snuggles with me every once in a while, but the dog wants to play with me all damn day.
Stella and I play together, and my other friends' cats, they like me. This is the problem with some of these dogs. I'm sorry, Sammy. I'm calling out my 16-year-old dog who's blind and deaf right now. He has never liked me at all. Like, no affection, nothing. And
sounds like a you problem.
Dogs don't like me.
Well, that sounds like a you
problem. Except my
problem.
Cooper and JoJo like me.
But that sounds like a you problem. Again, it is.
It's a totally, completely biased take.
I believe there is scientific data that would tell you that you are wrong. That dogs show more affection than cats. People misunderstand cats.
People get in their heads that cats are snobby, that they don't like people. That's not true.
I agree. I understand because I have a cat and I see. But like, again, you can still be wrong. Like, just because you have a cat that's nice does not mean that all cats show more affection than all dogs.
They do. I'm gonna die on that hill.
All right. Lastly, this is the one that I'm most intrigued by. I've been with my wife for over 10 years now. Married for 5, but been together for over 10 years now. I never had to do a dating app. All right. And I know that you are on said dating apps. Mm-hmm. What is the dating app for a woman like? Because as a man, I could imagine if I were on an app where you swipe, I'm looking for something first before I start reading the bios and what this person's like. So from a woman, when you do the swipe, like, how do you go into it?
We're just as bad as guys.
Okay.
We're just as bad as guys. Now, I will say that I just actually got unbanned from Tinder for the first time in 8 years. Unbanned.
You were banned?
So I put my Venmo in my bio in college, and they ban you for that. But anyways, all the dating apps, they try to make it like a little bit better. So they try showing like the bios.
Wait. Why was your Venmo in your bio? Were you just hoping that somebody would give you money?
They did. I got $90 on one night. It was like, Venmo me $1 if you want me to message you back. Like something stupid like that.
Now, granted, you were in college, so I understand.
I was young in college,
I did dumb stuff in
18,
college too. Okay, yeah. So
yeah, like I was
get
a
it.
baby, but
like, would you say it's easier or harder for a man or a woman on a dating app?
it's harder for a woman, 100%.
Interesting.
And I'll
Why
tell
do you
you,
say that?
yeah, I'll tell you why.
Because if a guy puts 5'11" in their bio, they're out. So like, what? Like, explain to me.
Okay, first off, that's not true for most people. Not me.
Just like how dogs are more affectionate than cats.
Yeah, set the standard high. But I think for a women on a dating app, it's really difficult because we do, and I'm speaking, I'm 26 now. We want somebody that's actually going to be a partner and not just somebody that's like, hey,
a fling.
Yeah.
Got it.
Something like that. And I think a lot of guys are not mature enough. And then if you go too old, then some of them, and I'm not hating, but some of them might have like kids and other things. And if you're not ready for that emotionally to take that on, then it's difficult. So it's not fair to date somebody that you just know it wouldn't work then.
Okay. All right. See, this is the insight that I've never lived that life.
I have been single for way too long.
Wow. That's a message to all our listeners. No. You know, she's single and has been for way too long. Single and ready to mingle, people. Haley, thank you. Everybody have a great weekend. Johnny will be back on Monday. Can't wait. Connor's going to be back on Tuesday. He's got an extra day of vacation. But post-show headlines continues next week, and we'll talk to you then. See you. Hey, guys. Andrew Salciunas from Kincade and Salciunas. Thank you for checking out all of our stuff on YouTube. Make sure you click, like, subscribe on everything that you see. And, of course, you can see everything from our YouTube feed. Full shows, interviews, when John's being an idiot, which is like 15 times a day. So make sure you check out all of our stuff on YouTube. We appreciate it.